What's the dumbest way you've seen a company lose money? Back when call centers still filled entire buildings in the US, I worked for a company that ran inbound telemarketing operations. Picture a massive room full of cubicles, hundreds of customer service reps answering calls, all using identical X Windows terminals. These terminals were basically thin screens connected to a central server. They couldn't be changed, customized, or improved. Every icon, every tool, and every workflow was locked down by company policy. The reps used a clunky video lookup program to find commercials customers were calling about. The idea was simple. A customer would mention a commercial, the rep would find it, explain the product, and hopefully make a sale. But the app was terribly designed. Searches were slow, video playback lagged, and descriptions were vague. A single call could drag on with lines like, was it the one with the little boy talking to his grandpa? Or was it a little girl? Is the horse on the wall black or brown? Every second wasted meant fewer sales, longer call times, and frustrated reps. Then came Jake, a college student working part-time while studying computer science. Jake wasn't the type to accept bad systems. He hated inefficiency, so he decided to fix it. Somehow, he figured out how to interrupt the boot-up process of the workstation and make it load from a custom setup. He created his own version of the home screen, simpler, faster, and logical. Buttons were arranged by task, and the video app was front and center. But Jake didn't stop there. He built a searchable database for all the commercials, complete with descriptions, tags, and regions. You could type grandpa, holiday, or horse, and instantly find the right ad. He even included summaries and terms for each product so reps didn't have to guess. His system turned what had been 15-minute calls into 5-minute success stories. His sales numbers soared. Other reps noticed Jake's terminal looked different. When they realized how much faster and smoother his workflow was, they asked how he did it. Jake, being helpful, showed them. Slowly but surely, more people began using his modified layout and video index. Within weeks, call times improved dramatically. Sales rose, and for once, the entire floor felt motivated. Everyone was finally meeting or beating their performance targets. Then management noticed, and that was the beginning of the end. One of the floor managers saw Jake's workstation and immediately flagged it. The company handbook was clear. Employees were forbidden from altering company equipment or software. Worse, Jake's system allowed reps to simplify the mandatory company script. In management's eyes, that was unacceptable. The script had been reviewed by lawyers, marketing teams, and compliance departments, not some college kid. Jake was called into a meeting and terminated, just like that. The guy who had improved the company's efficiency more than any official project in years was gone overnight. A few days later, I was summoned to a meeting of my own. My assignment? Figure out how to prevent employees from modifying the workstations. I tried to explain how Jake's system had made everything faster, that we should be learning from it, not destroying it. But management didn't care. They said it wasn't approved. Retraining would be too expensive, and policy came first. My orders were simple. Remove Jake's setup completely and make sure it could never happen again. So that's exactly what I did. I wiped his database, locked down every terminal, and added BIOS passwords so no one could modify anything. The results were immediate and disastrous. Call times spiked, sales plummeted, and morale crashed. The bonuses reps had worked for disappeared because they could no longer meet quotas. Some quit out of frustration. Customers, tired of long calls, started hanging up more often. But management didn't seem to notice or care. They congratulated themselves for enforcing policy and praised me for securing the system. The irony was almost painful. The same people who fired the guy responsible for their best performance in years were now celebrating the return of mediocrity. Compliance was their new trophy, even as profits sank. A few months later, that call center shut down. The company outsourced its telemarketing operations overseas, chasing lower costs and tighter control. Jake's database, the one that had once made our work efficient, was erased along with everything else. I sometimes wonder where Jake ended up. He was too smart to stay stuck in a cubicle. Maybe he went on to design something big, maybe even one of the tools we all use today. All I know is he was right to question a system that valued rules over results. And somewhere out there, I hope he's smiling at how far his ideas probably went.